My name is Bob, and I'm 81 years old. And for most of my life, I pretended to be strong. People praised me for it. I carried it like armor. But here's the truth. It cost me everything that really mattered. If you stay with me for a few minutes, I'll share hard-earned clarity about life, lessons most people don't understand until it's almost too late. I didn't learn these things from books or advice. I learned them by living a long time. I thought being strong meant I was doing right by everyone, that I was steady, dependable, someone others could lean on. And for decades I believed it. But now, looking back, I see that strength came at a cost no one warned me about. I died inside a long time before my body started to fail. I can't go back, and I can't fix it. I just want to tell you what it was like to carry that weight for so long and never realize it was killing me softly from the inside. Being strong became my identity. I got up early, worked long hours, never missed a commitment. I didn't complain. I listened more than I spoke. I made sure everyone else was taken care of before myself. People leaned on me and I let them. I thought that was love, responsibility, being grown up. But underneath it, there was emptiness. And I didn't even know it. It almost broke us. My wife, mostly. She learned to live with my absence in ways I didn't notice. Our conversations grew short. Our silences grew long. I didn't see the erosion because I was busy being strong. I thought staying busy meant I was doing right. I remember my 20s, freshly married, juggling a full-time job and night classes. I promised her we'd have weekends together, that we'd take trips, that we'd do it all. But there was always something, a project at work, a deadline, a favor for a friend. We'll deal with it later, I said. And we did, week after week, year after year. Every postponed conversation, every skipped dinner, every small absence. They stacked up like quiet debts I didn't even realize I owed. In my 30s and 40s, I was competent, admired even. People said I handled things well, that I kept it together when others fell apart. I believed it. I was proud. But inside, the pride was hollow. I kept my emotions locked up like a safe I never opened. Crying alone in the bathroom after a fight. Feeling lonely while holding the baby. Missing birthdays because work felt more important. Those were the moments that built the erosion. Not dramatic explosions, just accumulation. Mistake 1. Prioritizing duty over presence. I showed love through doing, not being. I mowed the lawn, fixed the car, handled the taxes. That was me being strong. She waited for me to sit down, to look her in the eyes, to ask how her day went. I didn't. The silence grew. She responded with quiet endurance. She didn't argue mostly. She smiled at dinners, laughed at the kids' stories, nodded at my plans. But the distance was real. You could see it in the way she sighed when I left for another work trip, in the way she read books in the other room while I sorted bills at the kitchen table. Mistake 2, believing connection was guaranteed. I assumed love was permanent, that my effort in other areas counted for emotional closeness. I didn't realize closeness needs attention, small moments, curiosity, presence. The consequence wasn't dramatic, no shouting match, no slammed door, just quiet withdrawal, day by day, a shared numbness we didn't name. Mistake 3, ignoring myself while tending to others. I never asked what I wanted, never allowed myself to rest. Every decision revolved around what others needed or expected. I didn't see it then, but it cost me my own identity. By the time I noticed, there wasn't much left to reclaim. I wasn't miserable, not in the way people imagine. I had a job, a family, stability. I was respected, but the disconnection inside me grew so gradually, I barely noticed. Autopilot became my default mode. Years passed. We were functioning, but barely. Strong on the outside, hollow on the inside. The turning point came when I was 67. I had a mild heart attack. It wasn't fatal, not immediately, but it forced me to stop, and for the first time in decades, I really looked at my life. My children were grown and distant, not because of fights, but because I never truly showed up. My wife, once my closest companion, had become a roommate. I was present in the room, but absent everywhere that mattered. There are things you can never fix, conversations you can't have, moments you can't relive. The small, ordinary joys I postponed, quiet mornings together, walks in the park, late-night talks, gone. The time to be fully human, fully loving, fully seen, that's gone. And it doesn't hit you all at once. It stretches over decades like a long shadow. We did learn something eventually, even if it came late. My wife and I realized we were on the same side all along, but we'd forgotten. We turned disagreements into contests, silence into proof of failure. When illness came again, when the children returned with worries, we had no choice but to cooperate, not compete. That didn't restore what was lost. It just changed how we handled what remained. Now, in my 80s, I can see the cracks clearly. I still help where I can, make the calls, write the letters, but I also try to notice, to pause, to look at her, to say simply, I see you. It's fragile, ongoing, imperfect. Sometimes that's all we have left. Ongoing, imperfect awareness. I tell you this because you might recognize yourself here. Maybe you've been strong in the same way. Maybe you believe showing up practically is enough, that love can be measured in effort, not presence. You might think there's more time. There isn't, not unlimited. And the quiet costs add up faster than you expect. So here's what a long life teaches, without ornament. Time cannot be reclaimed. Love cannot be measured only by work done. Presence matters more than achievement. Silence is heavy, even when polite. We are not as in control as we think. If this meant something to you, remember this. It's the small attentions, the brief conversations, the moments of noticing that add up, not the lists, not the reputation, not the armor. I don't know how much time I have left, maybe years, maybe months. I just know that in the space I have now, I try to be honest, to be seen, to be present. That's the only kind of strength I trust anymore. If you want to hear more from someone who's already lived through the part you're in now, you're welcome to subscribe and watch the next video. We're still here. And while we are, this is what we know. We carried decades of quiet. We made mistakes. We survived. And sometimes, just sometimes, we notice each other. That's enough.